Thank you, my friend. Okay, me and Andrew laughed because last time I asked him to record, I put him on the spot. It was kind of because once I share screen, I can't record. So I said, Andrew, can you put it on record? And it ended up getting kind of lost in cyberspace. So we laugh about it now. All right, my friend. So hydration. Can you hear me okay on the phone, Andrew? Yeah, okay. Okay, good, perfect. All right, so hydration. If you have any questions at the end and you're on the phone, go ahead and just stay on the phone. You can ask me. If you're on Zoom, you can type them into the chat. I will try to answer them. And you can always phone me or send me an email. So I love to get phone calls and emails. If you're on the phone and you want my phone number or email, just stick on after and Andrew or myself will give it to you. And if you're on Zoom, you can see it here. Sorry guys, just letting a few more friends in with us. All right, so what if I told you today that there was a magic pill you could take? So one pill that you could take that would make you less tired and more alert, help with pain and body soreness, improve and or maintain your balance, improve your focus and concentration, reduce fatigue, help flush out toxins from your body, improve your breathing, help to keep your bones healthy, improve digestion and help absorb nutrients, regulate your body temperature, prevent constipation, and give you an overall feeling of wellness. Would you take it? Yes, of course we would. If there's one pill that would do all those things for us, of course we would take it. But there's no magic pill. There's not one pill that we can take that will do all that for us. But my friends, water, hydrating, drinking enough will do that for us. And I'm going to talk to you today about why and how we can turn that one magic pill into just drinking enough water to make us or help us feel better. So staying hydrated, staying hydrated is an important, easy way to stay healthy. Did you know lack of water is the #1 trigger of daytime fatigue? Okay, so lack of water is the #1, the biggest reason we have daytime fatigue. Water is the largest component of the human body. So your body is 70% water. Your heart, 79%. Brain, 75%. Liver, 86%. Skin, 64%. Bones, 22%. Muscles, 75%. Blood, 83%. Lungs, 80%. Lymph, 94%. Kidneys, 83%. Joints, 83%. So our body is mostly made up of water. So if we're made up of so much water, why is it important to drink water every day? And that is a question that I hear a lot of, right? Well, we lose water. Every day we're losing water. So we have to keep replenishing it. So what are the 5 most common ways that we lose water? From urine, we pee it out. Stool, sweat. And I don't mean like dripping sweat, right? your body is kind of sweating all the time, right? We've got moisture coming out of our body. It doesn't have to be you were pouring sweat, you should have had a headband on kind of a day in order to be losing water, hydration out of your body. Breathing. Every time you breathe, you're losing water from your body. Tears. And it doesn't have to be a great big sob fest, right? It doesn't have to be a great big cry. When you yawn, right? You have tears. So those are the 5 most common ways that we lose water every day. So other risk factors for water loss is drinking less water than normal. And that can happen for all kinds of different reasons. Drinking too many caffeinated drinks, and we'll talk about that a little later on. Drinking alcohol. Certain medications. And that's a really good question to ask or to read about if you've been given new medications. Extreme heat, obviously, right? If it's really, really hot out, we need to drink more. If you have a fever, so if you're sick, vomiting, diarrhea, those are all other risk factors or all other reasons that we lose water in our body, in addition to the 5 most common. So if you don't replace the fluids you are losing, you become dehydrated. So what are the signs of being dehydrated? Increased thirst. So if you're really, really thirsty, fatigue, if you're tired, dizziness, headaches, dark or decreased urine, if you have a sticky or dry mouth, irritability, and sometimes you can feel it in your skin, right? If you kind of do that hand pinch the skin on your hand, and if it kind of sticks together or if it falls back nicely. Those are all your basic signs of dehydration. By the time you feel thirsty, you're already becoming dehydrated. And anyone who does fitness with me, any fitness classes have probably heard me say this before. Once we become thirsty, you're already becoming dehydrated. And that doesn't mean you kind of feel thirst and then all of a sudden, you're going to get weak and dizzy, but it's a good indication that your body's already starting to become dehydrated. So what does that mean? You actually don't want your body to have to tell you you're thirsty, which seems silly. But if you're staying hydrated enough, you shouldn't feel thirsty, okay? And that's where we want to get at, where we're not feeling thirsty. And that's kind of that first sign of dehydration. So I'm just going to say that one more time. By the time you feel thirsty, you are already becoming dehydrated. So how do we know if we're drinking enough water? And it's funny because I'm going to say 9 out of 10 people say that they're drinking enough water and they're not, or they're hydrating enough and they're not. So sometimes even if you think you're drinking enough water, it's a really, really good idea to maybe start to monitor or take a step, back to the basics on your water and see if you're drinking enough. It happens to me all the time. When I stop recording or I stop thinking about how much water I'm drinking, all of a sudden I'm not drinking enough. And I've become aware of how much water I drink and how it makes me feel. And I know if I'm feeling crappy at the end of the day, a lot of times if I have a headache at the end of the day, it's because I haven't drank water. And if I think about or look at how much water I've had to drink, I am dehydrated. So how do we know? There's a few different ways. The best way is, and I'm going to get really personal here with you guys, it's by your pee or it's by your urine. That's how we know if we're drinking enough water or getting hydrated enough. And everyone's different, right? So everyone's different in the way it depends on your size, on how much activity you're doing, what the weather's like, and it also depends on medication. So everyone's different on how much water or how much we need to hydrate. But we kind of have that rule that we always hear, the 8 cups of water. People should drink 8 cups of water. That's not necessarily right for everyone. So for example, I drink usually a minimum of 4 liters of water a day, up to 4. Now, the 4 liters would be more kind of before the pandemic when I was teaching a lot more of spin classes, boot camps, that sort of thing. I'm not doing that as much. I'm really, really comfortable at 3 liters. 3 liters of water for me, which is, I'll just show you I call it my sippy cup because I can't spell it. That's 6 of these for me. Okay. So I can comfortably drink 6 of these a day. Any more than 6 of those a day, and I am probably going to get up in the middle of the night to have to pee. And it's just too much water for me. Perfect example, we're doing a water challenge with the team. So Carrie, Andrew, and myself with a few other people from the town are doing a water challenge. And Carrie was drinking 3 liters of water a day, and it was too much water for her body. She was getting up and too many times in the middle of the night. Well, she didn't just stop drinking her water completely. And that's what I hear a lot of people do. Oh, I can't drink water because it makes me get up. She's drinking 2.5 liters of water a day, and that's a perfect amount for her. I'm pretty sure Andrew's drinking like 8 or 9 liters of water a day. Andrew, aren't you? No, I'm just joking. He's not, but I think Andrew's doing really well at about 1.5 liters of water a day. But everyone is going to be different. It's not for everyone, right? Drinking is for everyone, but drinking liters or your 8 cups a day isn't for everyone. So go by this urine chart. Now, this is going to be different if you're on certain medications, or some different vitamins will color your urine. But I love a urine chart. So when you wake up in the morning, your urine is dark, right? Now, as you drink throughout the day, your urine should get lighter and lighter and lighter. And I like to say by dinner time, it should be fairly clear. Okay. And maybe not clear like water, but a very pale or light yellow means that you've gotten all you need to drink throughout the day. And I like dinner time because you don't want it to be 7 or 8 o'clock at night and you're still trying to get water into you. Okay. You want to stay hydrated throughout the day. And for me, this is one of the easiest and the best ways to tell. And it's going to give you an idea of how much water you need, right? And what works for you. Everyone will be different. So just a couple hydration tips. Oh, one thing I want to say that's really, really important is your doctor might restrict your fluid if you have a health condition. So a heart or kidney problem. Always listen to people that are way more important than me. Okay. So I'm just saying, for the average person, if your doctor hasn't given you different rules to go by, please follow that. Andrew, could you pop in here just for 1 sec? So some hydration. Can you give Judy J a call, please? She keeps calling me. Thank you. Okay, don't limit fluids for convenience. Okay, so that's something that I was saying a little bit earlier. Don't limit fluids for convenience. And I do this, and it never fares well for me. So every other Friday, or the first and third Friday of the month, I deliver bags. And we're delivering almost 80 bags, or we're doing 80 stops. So come the afternoon, I try not to drink, right? Because I'm out delivering bags and I don't want to have to keep stopping to go and pee. it makes me tired, right? I get more tired because I know I'm dehydrating. I'm also walking up to all these doors or walking into all these buildings and I'm not hydrating. So that's something I've got to work on because I'm limiting my fluid for convenience. So don't limit your fluid for convenience. Keep water by your bed, right? Because remember, as soon as you feel thirsty, you're already dehydrated or starting to get dehydrated. So that way you can have a sip of water when you first wake up in the morning or in the middle of the night. Carry a bottle of water around with you. Okay. So I always carry my sippy cup. And it can be any kind of water bottle, but carry it with you. Throw it in your purse, throw it in your car. Drink a full glass of water with medications. Drink water after going to the bathroom because it's a good way to remember. You go to the bathroom, drink some water. Check your urine color. So use your urine chart and dilute fruit juices with water 50-50. Another really good way to get more water hydration into you. All right, friends, remember at the beginning, I said, dehydration is the #1 trigger for daytime fatigue. So what do a lot of people do when we get that daytime fatigue? You go for caffeine, right? You go for that 2, that 3 o'clock coffee. I personally am a pop girl. I would go for a Diet Pepsi. Caffeine. So if not being hydrated enough is our #1 trigger of fatigue, we should be going for something that hydrates us. We should be going for some water and not a coffee or not a pop. But a lot of times, 9 times out of 10, people do go for that caffeine drink. So caffeine is a stimulant. It increases your blood flow to your kidneys, which encourage them to flush out more, right? So if your kidneys are flushing out more, you need more water, okay? Or you need to hydrate more. So if you drink 1 or 2 cups of a caffeinated drink, coffee, tea, pop, it probably won't affect your level of hydration, right? So caffeine's not necessarily bad or horrible for you. If you have your 1 or 2 cups of coffee a day or your pops, that is fine. But if you're 3 or more caffeinated drinks, you will lose more hydration than you gain. Okay, so that's really, really important. So if you're drinking more than 3 caffeinated drinks, you're losing more hydration than you gain. So the recommendation is to not drink more than 2, right? And you've got to remember, maybe you have your 2 coffees in the morning. Well, if you're a pop drinker in the afternoon or at night and you have 2 pops, well, that's 4 caffeinated drinks, right? So take that into consideration. It's not just your morning coffee or not just your coffee or soda that you drink in the afternoon. So one thing you could do is, if you enjoy coffee, is it can be decaffeinated, or you can dilute your pop. Okay, so add a little bit of water in with your pop. It's actually not that bad. Alcohol is also dehydrating. So the recommendation is that adult men limit alcohol to 2 standard drinks per day. And I have to say standard drinks because I don't know if anyone's ever seen floating around on any social media or anywhere kind of funny. They have made wine glasses that are gigantic, right? So 1 gigantic wine glass doesn't count. So a standard alcoholic drink. So males, 2 standard drinks per day, an adult woman limit to 1 per a day. And that's not saying that's all you can drink, but you have to make sure that you're drinking some water also, right? Same with the caffeine. It will dehydrate you. All right. ,20% of your water intake should be through fruits and veggies. Yay! So you don't have to just drink water all the time, right? 20% of your water intake should be through fruits and veggies. So what fruits and veggies should we eat? Tomatoes, 95% water you're gonna get. Spinach, 93%. Watermelon, 92%. I found this really, really mind-blowing. I would have thought watermelon was way higher than tomatoes, and it's not. Watermelon's only 92%. Broccoli, 90%. Oranges, 88%. Apples, 85%. Strawberries, 91%. Peaches, 89%. Skim milk, 91%. Cucumber, 96%. So, and there's lots more fruits and veggies that we could eat, but these were kind of the ones with the highest percentages that I wanted to share with you. And you'll notice that I put skim milk on there. And I know skim milk is not a fruit or veggie, but it's good to know. If you're a milk drinker, skim milk is 91%. And I don't have what 2 per is or the full fat, but if you're a milk drinker and you don't mind skim milk, that's another way to get a little more hydration into you. All right, so do you find water boring? Most people will say yes. Yes, yes, yes. So 10 healthy ways to make your water just a little better is add some sliced cucumber to it. Add some fresh mint, some chia seeds, lemon and lime. Add some berries, add some frozen berries, really, really good. Add a little bit of aloe vera juice. Add some honey. Add some cinnamon. Add a herbal tea bag. If you like ginger, add some ginger. So those are all really healthy ways that you can make your water a little more exciting. Now, the one thing I do get asked about is I get asked about water enhancers. So Crystal Light or Desante has some different ones that you can squeeze into your water. And some people say, well, I hate the taste of water. I'm not going to drink water. If I could just drink my water with my Crystal Light, I would drink it. But Crystal Light's bad for me, so I just don't drink any water. Well, drink the Crystal Light, right? Add the water enhancers. That's going to be better than not. These 10 healthy ways that I just gave you, is that a better alternative? Sure it is. Is the alternative of not drinking water is not better, right? So find your balance. Are you going to drink more water if you add Crystal Light into it or water enhancer? Then do it, right? Because the benefits are better. I wanted to share, I found these. So those of you on the phone can't see it, but those of you on Zoom can. So it's by Tetley, and they are cold infusions for water bottles. So it's cold brew that you put in a water bottle, and they have all kinds of different kinds. Now, this one was raspberry and cranberry, and it actually looked like a tea bag, and you can just throw it in your water, and it was really, really good. So Tetley cold infusion for water bottles, it's called. So that's another really, really good option if you're trying to excite up your water a little bit. All right, my friends. So drink more water. Stay hydrated. Our bodies need water to function. We can lose water, know the warning signs of dehydration and don't ignore them. The first sign is that you're thirsty, right? So don't ignore them. Since we are mostly made of water, we need to constantly replace what we lose daily. Your bodies need it to function. Remember, we lose it through our urine, stool, sweat, breathing, tears. Replace what we lose. Develop good habits. Follow the helpful tips. Have water ready at hand during the day and at night. And don't ignore the warning signs of dehydration. When you are thirsty, it means you are already dehydrated. Confusion, fatigue, dry mouth, weakness, headache, lightheadedness is all signs or signals that our bodies are dehydrated. Play it safe, stay hydrated, and drink more water. My friends, that is the end of our seminar for today. Next week is deep breathing. And again, if you've joined me for deep breathing before, we can never do too much of it. So please join me again. I hope you guys all have a fabulous day. All right, perfect. Thank you, Jane.
Thanks,
All
Brandy.
right, my friends, I'm going to unmute us.
That's over 40.
Hi, thank you.
Thank you very much, Brandy.
That was
Thanks,
great.
Brandy.
Great refresher. Thanks.
Thank you.
Brandy, where did you get that tea infusion?
That one I got at I think my local Foodland. You can get it at the grocery store.
Oh, okay, thank you.
It's in the tea section
Okay,
where you would buy the hot tea.
yes.
It's Tetley.
Yeah, they have about 3 or 4 different kinds. When I was first looking for it, I actually was looking for it kind of with the drink crystals, and it wasn't there. It was with the with the hot tea.
Oh, because it looks like a great addition to the water.
It's so good. And it comes in a tea bag and you throw it right in your water.
Great.
Thank you.
Sorry, can you say that again, Pat? It's called Tetley Cold Infusions. You're welcome.
It's Andrew. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, Andrew.
Hey, Brand, I'll hit stop recording, Brand.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.